Welcome, everyone. It's Matt along with Angel today, and we're going to talk about Dark Priest Astaroth. How powerful truly is he, and is he worth it compared to the units that we're currently looking at right now between Solo and Maya and Mina? Stay tuned. All right, Astaroth. Very powerful demon, 65 weight. So we're finally getting a super powerful demon for 65. I really do like that. And a very powerful unit. Dark Awakening. Mont really restores own MP, increases spell power for 1.5x, 3 uses. This greatly gives Astaroth a very long ability to pump out power and also time it. Where if you're facing probably the next big boss, it's not a good one to go right now. Where you can time it correctly, power up, and then lay absolute damage um, in one area, like Eternal Sleep example, and just really increase the damage overall. Chaos Stream is a very strong spell as well, but if you're going to do like that single point damage, Eternal Sleep is the key because that is a single spot, deals spell damage 5 times to enemy with a 20% chance to sleep. Normally, the second skill, you kind of go, hey, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is a very powerful skill because it does a lot of damage. And along with that damage, you have a very good chance of putting a unit to sleep, unless if they're resistant to it. And even then, there's still a 50-50 chance of you getting that sleep, unless if they're like incredibly defended against it. And this is actually a mildly busted skill. And this is going to be the one thing that I truly, truly, truly am a little bit sad about when I'm going to state for what I say about this character. This is a wonderful, wonderful skill. And I actually like it better than Chaos Stream when even Chaos Stream does both heavy zap and zap spell damage within range. And you can use it constantly. And with that huge range, it is an absolute devastating, scary, and we haven't started yet. First Awakening recovers 50% of HP when below 70% and does twice. So it's really, really hard to two turn or two tap Astaroth. What you've got to really focus on here is making sure that um, that you have the powers that you have there, and if you're going to do anything, you have to do it with one hit to destroy Astaroth or time it right. Otherwise, it's just going to heal right back up, and you're not going to get very far with Astaroth. And that in itself is really, really powerful, and he does it twice. So he is quite the damage sponge. And there's even more interesting things that he gets intrinsically martial block for 3 turns that I'll talk about a little later as well. Sap and Sizz resistance to 25%. Third Awakening, this is basically where you're kind of really going for him if you have any resources left. Is increased damage by 20% if HP is greater than 50%, which honestly, unless if you focus on him very quickly, will be there. And that 20%, especially with Eternal Sleep or Chaos Stream, is a pretty healthy increase. Remember, this is highest level 5 hearts, 1203 HP. Not super high, but still high enough. And I'm gonna give him one weapon, but another weapon that you can give him is something that gives HP, which allows him just to become that much harder to kill. And it is pretty annoying in arena when you've got Astaroth and around 1400 HP because with the damage reductions it has plus the 30% on top of it, it's just too hard to whittle down super fast. MP at 546, attack 262, defense 402, which is actually pretty good for a spellcaster. Agility and wisdom at 475, movement of 3, and that weight of 65. Haven't gone through the leadership effect, which is increases demonic spell power by 25%. Honestly, that's only for him, but that's still actually a pretty good leadership effect. In case you're like going to do a demon all party or really just focusing on Astaroth. Teachable skills, you're going to teach another element. Sorry, Kaboom is bang, not frizz. And deals heavy bang damage or Kafrizz. Basically, with this high wisdom and the ability here to increase spell power for 1.5x each turn, just trying to find another spell type where you can post a lot of damage on. And honestly, if you do get Astaroth and you do get him to, say, third level, Kafrizz is going to be an incredibly wonderful thing to put on him, and he will do massive damage on turns 3 and 9, especially for the guild boss. Does massive amount of damage, and as I say, you could just time it correctly with that. I still prefer solo, but Astaroth can be used as long as you put Kafrizz there for that power. Preferred weapon, I'm gonna put Evil Claws there, even though I want to put like Lollipop or something with HP, just for arena. But it does have the 5% demon spell skill power and gives you a little bit more agility, which it's always useful. But I'm gonna say for Astaroth, I'm willing to sacrifice agility to get some HP. Just to give you that much more of that healing ability and to make it really hard to go through. But Evil Claws, which is the Astaroth boss battle, you can get his Eternal Sleep success rate, which I consider the most important part for the Evil Claws. That's the only reason I put that there. Getting an extra 15% there just makes Astaroth busted. And that's what I'm going to be re-rolling for his weapon. Pros, cons, pull. Ready whispered this in, but has a barrier that reflects martial damage for its first 3 turns. New to its new bit type of barrier that we haven't seen before, or reflect barrier, I should say, and can be very powerful. I do know that martial is used more often than people think, and there will be some times where it'll be like, man, why didn't this work? And just need to make sure that people understand. I'm more of a breath user, so it doesn't bother me as much, but also lowers damage by 20%. So remember that 1203 is more in the range of 1500, roughly 1470, if you do the 20%. And that's why, unless if you get Eternal Sleep up there, then I think HP is a little bit better way to go, just because Astaroth becomes that much harder to kill. Especially in Guild Wars, it could be very frustrating overall. Its spells cannot be reflected, and as I say, the HP recover twice with 1 awakening makes it very hard to one shot. Compared to the other 65 units, needs 3 awakenings to get that continuous firepower advantage. This is a really, really, really nitpick, but that's the goal you're going to have. The one nice thing is you might have enough shards to get him to +1 anyways, so getting him isn't nearly as bad. But if you can get him to 3 awakenings, you will be incredibly grateful. And he does have 65, and he is a demon. I'm just repeating it so people understand. He is definitely worth the wait. But no, this is so in Japan, Maya is rated lower than Astaroth. I like Maya better for my style of playing. I do agree with the overall, though, that Astaroth is better than Maya. I know why, and it is that eternal sleep that is absolutely devastating. And then you can one shot some groups with its large AoE skill. But I don't have very many resources. I'm going to go relatively basic. If I do get it, great. If I don't, I'll be very sad, but I'll understand why. Its other unit is actually, I don't even know. It's not Hellraiser, but Ice Dance, Ice Shard, Icicle Removal. Um, Interesting unit. Gives spell power and can reduce damage at the beginning of the battle. In all honesty, not the greatest, other than being able to crackle force itself for 3 turns. That gives it more power, but it can't use it to help other units. Therefore, it's less of an important unit for me, really, to use at all. Um, I mean, yes, if we don't have that many A level crackle units, that's what you're going to get. Very powerful in crackle, very niche. If it had crackle force for other people, this unit would be much, much more important. That's all I've got. Good luck to people who want Astaroth or the Evil Priest. For or priest, it might even just be priest directly from Japan, but I think the better translation is Evil Priest. Let me know what you guys think between Evil Priest and Maya. Evil Priest is just longer damage overall. Maya has the ability to really rule defensive guild wars. Um, so, very interesting units. I'm going to be honest. Die is going to be coming out. Die units are pretty good, but I still think Astaroth, Maya, and Solo are a better set than what's coming up. So I didn't mind burning my resources here. Solo's the best unit in the game. Getting him to 5 hearts was fantastic. I did not post my video because my first pull video was very vitrolic. I got 0 heroes except for the guarantee 2 guarantees, and I got nowhere there. I spent my 150 ticket finally to actually they were both for both heroes, and I spent shards. And then I'm like, fine, I'm gonna do 2 more pulls, and on the second pull, I got 2 solos to max them out. So I got pulled out. I got lucky at the end, but let me tell you, I was gonna put up the video and decided against it because I was very angry, and I try not to put that much vitriol up there as much, if I can. It's just not my nature. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please like and subscribe, but more importantly,